Hey, it is Christy Renee here from Christy Renee Ministries, and I am playing with my electro-culture rods that I have been making. These are 6 feet tall, and I wanted to show them to you because there's a lot out there right now, if you're in the space that I'm in, about electro-culture. So this has to do with gardening, and it has to do with your plants growing better with the lack of chemical fertilizers and pulling energy in from the air around you, right? From all that is around you. And so I decided, and last year I actually played with this some, but not to the depth that I am this year. I decided to show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and where I got my stuff from, just so you understand. So one of my first attempts was this stick. So a stick from outside, wrapped it with wire coil, put some little feelers out here so it can grab the energy and pull it back in. This plant was not doing too well, and we transplanted her, and she had fallen over, and it's actually starting to sit itself back up, which is super cool. And then this is even wired over to this plant, so these two share a space, and this one is way smaller but gets the benefits from this one. And it's kind of a crazy plant, minus some of this stuff down here I need to trim back, but she's doing pretty awesome. And this plant always does well here, but so these two plants I've got dialed in pretty good with this stuff, and I love the effects and what's happening to them, because you can totally see a difference. The green in this has never left it all through the winter. It's been doing super well. So I decided to make these to put outside in the garden, and I had one last year, but it was on a metal pole, not wood, so I've switched everything to wood. I got these wooden poles at Lowe's. I think they're 6 feet tall. It's hard to see, but they're 6 feet tall. I wrapped copper wire around them, which I also got at Lowe's. This was a spool made in the USA, which I think means something, and 500 feet of it. So I've used probably about half at this point. And I think it was $50. They told me it was 80, but when it rang up at the register, it was 50. So I got that. And then I got some of this at Ace Hardware, but they probably also had it at Lowe's, but I didn't look. It's just a thicker copper wire that holds its shape. So it's what I'm doing this stuff with and curling it, and then wrapping it around and hooking it onto my stones. So this is a rose quartz. Oh, this is a rose quartz. I actually think this is salt, but I'm not sure. And then these are obviously just white quartz or plain quartz. And what I've been doing is using a glue gun, gluing them together, and then sticking them on. So I didn't do a very good job on this one, because this is supposed to be sitting on top of here. And I put wire around it and wire around it, but I didn't wire the two together. So didn't do a very good job on that one, but I can fix it, so it's not a big deal. And then here's this one. So if you watch videos on electro-culture, you're going to see them talking about wrapping with coil, and then they usually just have the copper wire sticking out into the air to collect the energy and what's in the air and bring it back down into the soil. And it's just a natural process. It's been done for centuries. You can find older videos on it that date way back, and the videos people are putting on YouTube now include these videos. And it's just interesting. Look it up, watch a few videos on it. It'll probably intrigue you like it did me. These ones are smaller versions of the same kind of idea, but they're short dowels. I think they're 2 feet long. Some of them have rocks, some of them don't, have crystals, quartz, some of them don't. And I stick those in the house plants, right? So that little house plant over there needs one terribly, because it's been fighting to grow at all for quite a long time. So I'm going to stick one of these in it, and we'll see what happens. I think this is absolutely fascinating. It's not that expensive to do. My stones I got, because I know people are saying these stones can be way expensive. The stones I got from a rock shop around here, actually out towards the Utah border. And I don't even know what it was called, but these were like seconds, right? So these were broken, not formed perfectly, like they couldn't sell them for, the normal price that they would sell these for. I got all of these 2 for $5. So shop around, find a natural rock shop, maybe on the outskirts of your area. And, not one that's like, totally commercialized. This is like a mom and pop shop that's way out there. And she had baskets full of these that were 2 for $5. And you could pick and choose whatever you wanted. So I took a lot because I was like, oh, that's perfect. Now I heard on one electro-culture video that if you added crystals, especially quartz, to the top of your growing poles, of your copper coiled growing poles, that it attracts energy, I don't want to say better, but differently, and other energy, other properties of the energy. So that's why I did this. And this is why people play with crystals all the time, right? Because you get feeling from them. I also want to say this is the same energy. What did Einstein call it? Spooky energy at a distance. This is that same energy, right? It's not empty space that's in the air around you. It is energy in various forms. And it's the same energy that we're made out of. It's the same energy that causes the oceans to move and the sun to shine, and right, all of these things. It causes emotions. It causes all of these things. It's the same energy that we use when you contact somebody telepathically. Is that the right word? You think about somebody and then they call you. This is that same energy. Wireless, right? Wireless. I want to say, and it has to be, because there is only one energy, and that's the point of this. There is only one energy, and we are tapping into that higher level of energy that we were taught we are separate from, but you're not. You are that. So when you start realizing this and you start understanding there's ways you can actually take hold of it and utilize it, and I don't know, it causes you to be a different person once you realize it is what you are and not something that you're a part of. Does that make any sense? So anyway, playing in my garden, this is super fun. You are the energy that this thing is bringing down into my garden. And it is the only energy there is, right? Call it whatever you want to call it. Supreme intelligence, higher mind, the I am presence, right? I just can't hardly use the word God anymore because I understand it differently than I used to. So that's a rough one for me to use. But call it whatever you want. It's all the same energy. It all came from the same place. It all creates the same atoms. It all creates us the same. It is no different. It is the same. And now I'm utilizing it to grow my garden instead of human-made chemical fertilizers, which I have fought with for years. So now that's out. Electro-culture is in. I hope this blesses you. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you think down below. Are you electro-culturing? Have you tried any of this stuff? Have you ever heard of it? If you go look up videos, drop them in the comments below so other people can find them easier. And enjoy your day. It's supposed to be beautiful here today, so we'll see what happens with the weather. Bless you. I love you. We'll speak again soon.